the X-Wing started to open. I was like, oh. I know what that means.
It is Serial Mom, which was my selection for the week. I told you I picked it because a good friend of mine, it's one of his favorite movies.
Yes, I need to know the story behind that. It's been bugging me all week.
He's from Baltimore, so I think that's part of it.
Well, I'm go ahead and introduce it, and I'll ask you.
So, 1994, R rating, 1 hour and 35-minute runtime, has a 6.8 on IMDb, and on the Rotten Tomato meter has a 64 and a 72 from the audience, so a little higher there. It is about kind of a perfect all-American housewife who has a dark side to her. It is directed and written by John Waters, and of course stars Kathleen Kennedy.
Kathleen Turner.
Excuse me, Kathleen. Woo! Kathleen Turner, Sam Waterston, Ricky Lake, and Matthew Lillard. It's quite the cast. I enjoyed it. We'll get into it more. What did you want to ask?
Well, the way, and I don't have the text in front of me, but when you were talking about it, and you said something about, it almost sounded like that these people get together and have a serial mom watch party.
No, okay, so I am seeing him for a separate party. I believe he does have an annual viewing of Serial Mom with some of his friends.
Okay, that's what I was wondering.
I think he does.
Okay.
But this is a separate thing I'm going.
Interesting.
Yes. He is from Baltimore, so that's part of it. But it is, and he has this is his type of humor. So, yeah, I think that this movie, in contrast with The Island, is a perfect illustration of why Hollywood is the way it is now. Because you had two movies that are weird concept, like, hey, here's a movie about inbred pirates on an island and we're going to get trapped there. Here's a movie about a murderous housewife. They're both weird concepts. One worked because it takes a lot of tweaking and just the right vision, and either one of these movies could have easily failed, and either one of these movies could have been good, just with the right person behind. And Hollywood wants to play it safe because why get one good movie and one shitty movie when I can get two mediocre movies? Is their opinion at this point? I really, really enjoyed this. I thought the humor and the darker sides of it just everything was spot on. I don't think this movie misstepped once. And it could have easily done so, but I think it got the tone and the acting. Kathleen Turner was fantastic in this. Sam Waterston was fantastic in this. I thought it was great. What did you think?
I loved it.
Okay.
That was hilarious.
Yeah.
I laughed the whole time. It reminded me of another movie. I don't know why I missed this. I just totally avoided this like the plague.
So wait, you had never seen this?
No.
Okay.
I knew what it was. Knew who was in it. Just it never appealed to me to want to watch it. I wish I had because it's hilarious. Yeah. It kind of reminds me of that really bad. Well, I think it's funny, that Ellen DeGeneres Bill Pullman movie, and I can't remember what it is.
Sure.
I know that sounds weird, but it's kind of like that. It's a dark humor. She seems to be a normal date, and then she ends up not being who you think she is.
Right.
Now, what is that? Oh, Mr. Right. Mr. Wrong. Mr. Wrong.
Okay.
Mr. Wrong? I think that's what it is. We had a quote. So Scott and I went and saw that in theaters for some reason, and there was actually a quote that I use, and you hear me use it all the time, and you may not have known. That's where I got it from. Stolen beer tastes better. So I use that all the time. Stolen this tastes better. So it's because, they steal the beer, and she explains, because stolen beer tastes better. It's that simple. Now I'm trying to remember. I think he's the crazy one, not her. I got to rewatch it, but it's on the same kind of genre.
Yeah, yeah.
I thought this was good. Liked Ricky Lake in it. Sam Waterston was kind of weird.
I liked his
He's
over
a
the
very
top.
strange.
Yeah, I liked his over the top. Like,
Yeah.
what do you mean my wife's crazy? Like,
Right.
just, you know.
Matthew Lillard in his debut film didn't do too bad for his first movie role. Yeah, just the whole thing falling apart and her never really. I don't know. She never really got it. Really understood
Well,
what
I
she
don't think
was
she was
doing.
supposed to. She was crazy. I mean, she
Yeah,
was.
it was good.
I
I
yeah,
liked it.
I thought this was this easy. Do you agree with me though? This movie could have easily been really
Oh,
bad.
sure. Sure. Yeah, I'm glad Kathleen Turner did it because she lent that. She can seem very sophisticated,
Yeah,
but if you've seen her in some other roles, she can get down and roll with the dirt if she needs to. But
yeah.
it was. I'm glad she's the one that did this.
I
I can't remember who it was they said they offered it to. Oh, Julie Andrews.
yeah,
There's where it would have went off the rail. That Julie Andrews could not have pulled this off because
no.
Julie Andrews, you can't think of even if she had done it. I don't think you ever could have thought that it fit. But Kathleen Turner's got that, like I said, got that edge that
Yeah,
she can
yeah.
kind of play both sides.
Do you
So
have
yeah.
a favorite death?
Oh, favorite death. Ooh, wow. Trying to remember
Yeah.
some of them now.
So we had getting run over by a car. Just standard.
It's just always funny,
Yeah. We had
especially when she backed up and got him again.
when she did the poker in the bathroom. Um, um,
Oh, wait.
I thought that scene was going to go somewhere else because if you remember correctly, there was a hole cut out in one of the stalls, and there was a pervert next to
Oh,
her.
yeah. I thought it
And I thought I had a feeling where that scene was going to go, but didn't go there. There of course was the beating her over the head with the mutton
ham.
chop, with the ham
Okay.
chop, whatever.
That I liked because it reminded me of my favorite Alfred Hitchcock Presents. There's an Alfred Hitchcock Presents with Barbara Bel Geddes, Miss Ellie from Dallas, and she's this meek, mild little woman, and her husband was not a very nice person, and he ended up dead.
Mm-hmm.
But they couldn't find a murder weapon. She beat him with a frozen leg of lamb, and cooked it and served it to the police while they were investigating. So it was like perfect. So I had a little flashback of that episode. So that's a good one.
Okay, it's different.
What? Geez, was there a different one?
Did you? I think the last one was she used the telephone cord, right? At the courthouse. I think the lamb is probably.
There's one thing that makes me sad about this movie.
What is it?
Not the casting of Matthew Lillard. He did good, but who it could have been. Who it was supposed to be.
Oh.
It was supposed to be Will Wheaton.
Well, I do like Will Wheaton.
I'm a Will Wheaton mark.
I like Will Wheaton.
Will Wheaton is hilarious. I would have liked to see him do it, but I can't pull Matthew Lillard out of it now.
No, he
did such a good job.
I had forgotten that Ricky Lake was actually an actress.
Yeah, she did some things, but I think she dulled John Waters films, right?
Yeah,
Hairspray.
Yeah. I just remember her from the Ricky Lake show. That's that's the only thing I really knew.
Which was horrendous.
Wasn't great. Wasn't.
Her topics were pretty. Her topics started out kind of decent, but then they went the Jerry Springer way quick.
Gotta get ratings, baby.
There's a whole. Oh my God, you don't remember that era?
Well, there was another one that I'm trying to remember of. I don't remember the name of the show.
Jenny Jones.
Was who?
Jenny Jones?
I think so. She had Rue Jude on her show.
Rue Jude. I don't know who that is. Sally Jesse Raphael?
No, there was a guy named Rue Jude who I think was on. Yeah, he was on the Jenny Jones show. This is sad that I know this. So I think he was a radio personality, if I remember correctly. And I think they would bring him on. Yeah, here we go. He would come on to the show and just insult people. He would roast people, basically.
Boom, roasted.
Yeah. Me and my buddy me and John, watch the Jenny Jones show sometimes because we want to watch Rude Jew just tear into people.
Well, I may have to see if there's some clips of that because
Yeah.
I'm sure as soon as I see it, I'll remember because I did actually watch Jenny Jones.
Yeah.
But at that time, dude, there was Jenny Jones, Ricky Lake, Montel Williams,
Yep.
Phil Donahue was still going, Jerry Springer,
Yep.
Solid Jesse Raphael. It was like just Oprah was starting. Oh my God, everyone had a talk show. Joan Rivers had it, and too many.
You know what was actually a good talk show? A middle of the day good talk show? Rosie O'Donnell's talk show was good.
Rosie O'Donnell was fine. She annoys me. She annoyed me because she always had to break in the song. Stop singing. And stop saying you love Tom Cruise.
Doesn't everyone love Tom Cruise?
No.
Well, yeah, Katie Holmes doesn't love Tom Cruise, but...
And none of his exes love him.
Huh, I wonder why.
I think the Sea Org can answer that.
Yeah, I don't know what to say about this movie. It was just
It just flowed. It just flowed from one thing to the other, and it was like almost like a Scooby-Doo thing. And we ran this way, and then this ran this way. And
are you saying a Scooby-Doo because Matthew Lillard was in it?
Maybe that popped in my head, but it just seemed like that. We had the little group that runs here, then the little group runs here. And...
Well, I just like the fact that I guess it's one of those ones where you really just have to watch Kathleen Turner's face.
Yeah.
This movie, because it just her acting in this was great.
Oh, she's great.
I do have one little bit of trivia. The video store where this was filmed at was John Waters' actual local video store.
Which makes sense. I mean, he's like Barry Levinson. If it's in Baltimore, he's going to film it.
Yeah.
He's going to show it.
If we had to, not that we would ever do it, but if we had to remake this movie, well, obviously video stores don't exist anymore.
Sequel or remake?
It would be a reboot.
Okay. I can see Ricky Lake snapping.
I don't know where they would. It's weird because so many great movies have taken place at like video stores. As like it's a good spot for a movie to take place, to have characters there to talk about movies in a movie, and that's not a thing anymore. Video stores don't exist. So wasn't
that scene with Kennedy and Matthew Lillard in Scream, and that's in a video store, isn't it?
That was the other thing I was going to say. This also reminded me of Scream because he was such a movie buff in that movie too, and he was a horror movie buff. So I was like, okay, so maybe he was typecast.
Maybe. I don't know. Well, we'd have to find a new.
Well, I'm saying you got that. You've got like Clerks.
Well, Clerks is a convenience store.
That's right. It is a convenience store. But you know what? I was thinking of True Romance, but that's a record store, isn't it?
Yes, comics. No, comic book.
Comic book store. Okay, but just all these
comic or movie.
I thought it was a record store.
I don't know. I'm gonna check that out. Amy was talking about. I was watching that with Alex a couple days.
It's just a great and it was a comic book store this one, but you had in Unbreakable just all those little tiny mom and pop stores, whether it's comics or records or TV. There's just great places to do filming, and I don't know if they're used anymore as much.
They probably would not let this movie be made now.